Imagine walking into a tournament where the best players in the room don't have the edge. In Clash of the Titans, it's doubles, it's handicapped, and it means a mid-level pairing can walk in and beat the absolute elite. The question isn't just who's the best, it's who can handle the pressure when the scoreboard starts against them. Let's dive into the chaos that makes this event one of the most fascinating formats in pool. There's an event being planned in Melbourne called the Clash of the Titans. You can see it at the top. It's a handicapped doubles event. Each player is given a rating out of 10. The two players in a doubles pair, their ratings are added together to get a total out of 20. And that number is then used to determine a handicap start. So for example, if we pick the first two on the list, if Chris Melling and Gareth Potts played together, they would have their doubles pair would have a score of 20 and they would get no handicap. They'd just be playing off scratch effectively.
Already on this is not the final list, by the way, what you're seeing right now. It's still being refined. There are players that aren't quite right.
Don't take this as gospel. We are not the owners of this handicap list. It's the New South Wales Eightball Federation. So Trav Crawley is coordinating. Mark's helping.
It's been the judging panel with all the people and stuff and the group chat. It's been very good. Everyone's listening to everyone when anyone. There's about half a dozen of us. When one of us talks and says, "Oh, hey, this play," or "Hey, this is my thoughts," everyone else is actually listening. Everyone's voice is being heard very well. It's actually gone really good. When I look at this, there are players that aren't quite right. So, if you see someone that is 0.2 ahead of you, it's not the definitive proof that this player is better than worse than you. We've had a lot of players to rate, and there's a lot of people giving a rating, and then we take the average of that. So, as long as it's close enough, at the end of the day, there's going to be teams that are maybe a little bit hard done by, and then there are teams that have probably gotten away with an extra frame, maybe 2, but they might get, 3 start instead of 2 start. Like, it should be okay. I don't think that it's possible for a team to get handicapped to the point where they're just gifted the tournament.
Yeah, sure.
But we'll see. I think it still favors the lower handicapped people, as it should. But we'll see. The proof will be in the pudding.
It gives people a chance to beat them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you look at the scores a lot of the time in the big tournaments, the top line players, they're absolutely steamrolling people. And when the scores get close, 10 all, 11 all, 12 all, I think that the top players are so much more accustomed to handling the pressure and will be 100%. Able to win those last frames a lot more vital.
As time goes on, I guess we'll know whether this is too high or too low. All I'm saying is that I realize that off scratch, these guys are getting smashed 13-2, 11-2, 11-3, whatever. But with a bigger start, they might just feel a bit better over the queue for the first couple of frames. When you give someone a big start, they're okay. Like if I give someone a race to a 13, I give them a 6 or 7 start. There's no pressure on them. They're just hitting some balls in or whatever. They might win a couple, and it might be like 8 or 9, and then 2, like 9-2 or something. But the moment I close the gap to within a couple of frames, that's when I've basically won. But we have to get there first, and the pressure's on us. So the pressure is now like through the roof, right, for the first 2, 3, 4 frames. We need to go literally 5-1. We need to win like the first 4 or 5 out of 6 or 7 frames to actually even have a chance. So all I'm saying is that when these guys that know what they're doing and been around the game a long time, they can shut us out a little bit. And being normal doubles is even harder. So I think if anything, I guess we'll know in a couple of years of this happening. So everyone's going to have their say. But
certainly, Mick, you're right. If you're playing a team, if that pair gets the roll of balls in one frame and then make it out in the second, because that can happen, and suddenly you're 7 or 8-0 down in a race to 13. Yeah, the pressure's piling up. But that's kind of what makes the event. Yeah, that's kind of what makes the event interesting, though, too, right?
Well, that's the thing that the worst case scenario for this event is if the quarterfinals is the people on that first page. What does it go down to 32 or something? The worst case scenario is if all of them are in it. This is supposed to be a handicap event, so why are all the favorites all in the end? That's the worst case scenario. You want a blend. So what is there? Let's say by the end there's four full pages. Let's say by the time the tournament's ready to start, you want 2 from each section. You want an even spread of people.
Yeah, but it's got to be something like a really smart player, like a Joel Younger playing with a young and inexperienced but compatible.
Yeah.
Or a good up-and-coming snooker player, like you mentioned, if they partner with someone who's got some smarts about them.
Yeah.
That could be a dangerous combo.
Yeah, this is where now you can actually shut people out of a match. I'm saying to Mark, well, Joel's next, so I'm going to make sure I either play this to a shot to nothing, or I'm actually going to play safe, shut Joel's shot out, and then when you come in, you can actually have a bit of a dip. So, you're actually got a bit of a free dip here, Mark, after I play safe. And these are the things that will be going on in everyone's heads as well. What plays you want at the table, what plays you want to shut out. So if you've got 2 strong players, it doesn't matter. But if you've got high and low, then obviously if the other team pick up on it, they can use that to their advantage. But it doesn't always work out like that, but that's pool.
Yeah, I guess I'm talking about if the lower point player is low because they are inexperienced or haven't got the smarts about 8-ball, but they have execution ability because they're a good snooker player, for example, then the other player can tell them what shot to play. And they might have a reasonable ability to execute on that shot.
Can they actually pull them up? Like, say if an A grade player is playing with a D grade and they're about to go out there, can the A grade actually pull them up halfway through a couple of their shots and say, "Hey, play this one and play that one," and actually talk them through it? Like, is that actually
you're allowed to talk for your first shot at the table?
Interesting.
And then that's it. So that's the thing.
For your first shot in a visit is what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Per visit. Yeah.
So that's the thing that's going to concern like your Joel's playing with a low-level player is if it's time to have a go, they're going to have to try and spend that time mapping it out. It's a 45-second shot clock.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to map a hole out with a low-level player. Ultimately, what you're going to have is you're going to have Joel going, all right, we're going to try maybe this one, and then it's going to be like, you know what, just play safe over there.
Yep, understood.
And so they won't be attacking. And then when it's guys like Kurt and Cale Barrett teaming up, it doesn't matter which one's coming to the table of them. It's just, they're just like one player. They're the same level.
Now, the fact that we're talking about this for so long, it means it is a really interesting event. For anyone who's following it along, this is the Clash of the Titans event. Have a look at the New South Wales 8-Ball Federation page on Facebook. The event is on Easter weekend in Melbourne at Bar 8, and entries need to be in by the 21st of March. So you've got about 2 weeks, probably by the time you see this episode, you've got about 2 weeks left to get your doubles team in. It's going to be a lot of fun, that's for sure. It's going to be. We've seen an event like this, really unique. Very interested to see how it goes.
2.5 hour match clock. We've crunched the numbers on that, and we've worked out that that's about spot on. It's there to keep the tournament moving and to keep slow matches from happening. But as long as matches go at an okay pace, it should be enough time to play them out. 45-second shot clock, but I think that's going to be a hard one to enforce. So I think you just sort of plays, try not to muck around. It's race to 13. It's double elimination, so winners and losers side. And I can't see how you can seed this thing since it's a handicap tournament.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine it's just random draw. That's what I imagine, but maybe they've got something else in mind. I don't know.
Yeah, and the Good Friday comp is on at Bar 8 on Good Friday, on Friday the 3rd.
It's a big good warm-up.
So that's a good kind of warm-up event, and proceeds from that tournament are all donated to the Royal Children's Hospital, I think. So great fundraiser, great weekend down at Bar 8. Get involved. It should be a good one to watch. The finals for this doubles comp are on Monday.
Oh, really? Okay.
So Friday is the Good Friday comp. Then Saturday, Sunday, Monday is the doubles.
That's going to be like harder to win than an Australian title, that Good Friday comp.
Yep.
Yep, I think
Had
that's
a strong field last year.
yeah, and so it's a short races, but like again, like the money's going to a good cause. It's a great warm up event for this doubles event. It should be a whole lot
Friday,
of fun.
Saturday,
Right?
Sunday, Monday. That's 4
Win
days.
that pays for your trip.
Yeah, we better talk about this match because this just kind of got put out today. Alex is playing Johnny Muir. So this is, I think we might have actually covered this on a previous podcast. So it'll be someone from another state who no one really knows that well, but is a very handy player and is going to be underrated, and they'll pop up in a situation where they can get a result. Now, so this is being played in Queensland. Reedy's obviously involved. Reedy's Q Sports is going to be streaming the match, but this is a massive pot. So for it to be a massive pot, Johnny must have some backers, which means they believe in him.
Or he's got a lot of money.
Or he's got a lot of money, yes.
I'll probably go through my natural thoughts when I first saw it. I think I'll pop over Facebook or whatever. I don't even know how I saw it, but I saw it. And Alex was saying biggest money match in history. I thought, okay, like my thoughts happened very quickly. And as I was reading it, I was thinking about what I was reading, and I thought, okay, this was going to come up. So at some point, he was going to play some match that was going to be worth
big pot,
maybe six figures. It was going to happen somewhere. And instantly, I thought like probably 4 or 5 players came flooding into my head, and I thought guys like Luke Anglesey, Clint Kapler, Daniel Porter, these guys, there's a lot of them out there that are at that level. And I thought, I actually thought the first one that popped in my head was Luke Anglesey, because I thought that'd be a really good match. I'd put Luke slight favorite in that match, but either one of them could win. It would be highly entertaining. I think both of them would go into a confident, and those WA guys can get behind each other with some decent points as well.
He'd have a lot of support for sure.
Yeah. And he hasn't been there yet, I don't think. And that was just, and I thought, and I just had Luke Anglesey in my head, WA, Tassie, big money match, both similar age, very attacking, both very, fun to watch. The way they move their mannerisms. Like, I don't agree at all with how Alex plays the game of pool, but he's fun to watch. He's good to watch because he's quick. He gets on with it. He moves fast. People who are very methodical around the table, like Selby, doesn't matter how good they are, they can be quite dull. And then I continued reading, and it was someone who I didn't know, and that's fine. I've got no problem with that. But then I looked at the start, and it was 11 start. I'm like, so instantly to me, it's not a pure match. It's just, it felt like a gambler's match. It felt like this match, the whole thing, no matter who wins, will be a conversation, not about who played well, will be about, was the start right? He just might have some deep pockets and wants to have a go, and that's fine. But what I don't like doing is comparing this match to other big money matches that have been on in the past, like your Jake versus Rusty, your Jake versus Della, Tem versus Mikey, me versus Jake, me versus Della. There's some big ones before, Mick versus Nathan Neems. These off scratch. Noonan's had some. Joel's been playing.
I played Noonan.
Yeah. Mick's played Noonan. There's been a lot of good even money matches before where people have practiced specifically for these money matches and took them very seriously. Went to the venues days in advance, done their research, and like that. And then there's this one that's popped up, and then I continued reading, and it said, now you never know with Alex, he's a bit of a he can spin some words in certain ways, let's put it that way. And he said that he's never actually seen him play in person, and it just felt like I would rather see two people play for their last $50 that they have in to their name, and see them absolutely play their guts out to try and win that $50 so they can eat that night. Obviously, that's an extreme example, but I would personally find that I'd feel a bit sorry for them, but I would rather see that. I've been that person. I've played Ben, Woodsy, Jake, Della, all these guys for all the money I have left. That makes me sound like a a brave person and a loser at the same time, and that's fine. But that's what I've done. And there's been times where like I'd only have $500 to my name, and I'll say to Susie, I'm going to play Della for $500 or Justin and Rusty in a doubles match with Mick, and trust me, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And always did. And I fought tooth and nail. So that's what I like to see. I don't like to see someone say, hey, biggest money match ever in Australia. And the reason why it's a huge money match is because we're both gamblers and we're going to gamble. And we both just want it to be streamed and it's going to be loose. And, that's all fine for one thing. But you can't call a massive handicapped match in the same bracket as those other ones. It's a completely different thing, completely different. So that sort of rubbed me up the wrong way a little bit. And I was very much disappointed to find out it was an 11 start to 21. I don't know if that's fair or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And that's what I'm concerned about, is that even if Alex plays well, the story will be is that Johnny needed more start. And if Johnny wins, then it's like, hey, he got too much start. We won't even know, like, if Johnny's played well or not, or did Alex play well or not. It'll just be a talk about the handicap. So that's my thoughts on it.
Honestly, when I did read it too, I thought, cool, like, what is this? Just like what you said. But when I didn't know the person and it did have a big start, to me, it's just another money match. Like, it could be $1,000. It's in the same class as playing for $1,000 or playing for 60,000, because obviously they're not both putting up 60 grand or 30 grand, So the other guy might, I'm not sure, but I know Alex isn't. And at the end of the day, the other guys, like what you mentioned, deserve to have that legacy still up there because they're playing off scratch and all that stuff. So, I mean, Alex, when you come back down here, I know you got some matches lined up, and if you're falling short, I'm another one if you want to have another crack down here. So, I know that you've got some guys that you're going to play when you come down here. And if you're ever finding players that don't want to play you or something like that, or you want to test yourself, I'm another person that's happy to play you down here as one of the Vics. So, good luck on your journey. When you get back down here, we'll go from there. But, I'm the same sort of bracket as Mark with all this. It's, I'll be keen to watch it and see what happens. But, I'm not fussed who wins. I think as long as it's close and a bit of fun, I guess.
Yeah, like that. The only thing that makes it really interesting is if it goes hill, right? Like, but and
that would be awesome.
Here's the overarching comment. I'll say, like, good on you, Alex. You're trying something different. You're doing this tour. It's been really good. It's been really good to watch all of the ups and downs along the way and the different matches, and you're absolutely trying stuff. I mean, part of it is we don't know Johnny Muir, and maybe that's one of the reasons he's getting such a big start. And good luck to you, Johnny, in the match as well. Like, I hope you play well, and it becomes a good match that is entertaining for everyone. But it's a bit of an unusual one. So I guess we'll just wait and let one play out and see what we think
of course, what Alex is doing for the game of Eightball is amazing as well. We've all enjoyed your journey so far. And it doesn't matter what we say on here. We're just here as podcasters, not players, for tonight. You keep doing your thing. You keep promoting Eightball. We're going to continue watching and having our say, just like the rest of Australia and the world. So, good luck to both of you. Kick some butt, and we'll see you when we're looking at you.
That's right. Now, there was one other... There's one 8-ball event that happened on the weekend that's worth mentioning, which was what are we calling this? The Sydney 8-ball Showdown. I think this was the first big event at the new Club 9 in Sydney. I don't know if you caught any of this, boys. I'll give you one guess at who you think might have won the Sydney 8-ball Showdown. It was an event in Sydney played on Rassons.
So
Sydney, probably Sage.
What's that?
Sydney player.
What's that name of the table? The venue? Sorry, the
Club
new
9.
One.
Club 9.
Is that it? Is that the new venue?
That's the new venue. Yes.
Club 9. And it's on Rassons, international rules. Is it a race of anything more than 6 or 7?
Yes. I don't know what the final. Okay, I don't know what the final was, but the quarters were.
It doesn't matter.
A race to 8.
Doesn't matter. You can tell me anything else. Justin wins.
Justin Sage
Who
beat
did
John.
Justin beat in the final?
Justin beat John Boquette in the final.
There you go. There you go.
The other two semi-finalists were Greg Segal. Justin beat him in the semi, and Josh Hands made the semi as well.
Josh is popping up in a lot of things lately too, so good on him.
Yeah, good on you.
Josh and Greg can beat Justin, but the moment you start to get to race to 6, 7, 8, the likelihood drops off. Like Greg Segal against Justin, like race to 3, Justin probably wins that. I don't know, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5, something like that.
Yeah.
And every frame you put on that, Justin becomes like, well.
Oh, here we go. I can see the match scores now on the knockout view. So Justin beat Greg 8-3. Let me see if Justin was ever troubled. So it was race to 8 the whole way through.
Wow.
Justin would be like good event.
$1.04 to win that then.
And in fact, possibly one of his toughest matches was in round 1 against Vinny Calabrese.
Oh, yes.
But it's so must have been a blind draw, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, 8-3, 8-1, 8-1, 8-3, 8-4. Like never in any trouble.
So someone got to the halfway mark once.
Yeah. And that was the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing with Justin is like, you had said it was Tem or Rusty, Benny Noonan or Jamo, any of these other fantastic players, they could roll through everyone 8-1, 8-2 and do all that. That's fine. But they can be off. Even Jake, or Della, they can be off. But Justin is just so rarely off. And when he's off, he doesn't care about trying to then play really good. He'll just go, you know what? I'm not feeling it today. I'm going to play a great B game. And I'm just going to play an extra shot, an extra safety or whatever. And I'll just beat everyone this way because he's probably the best match player I've seen in the country. And he's more than happy to do that. And he's very hard to play. When he's not playing well and he's identified he's not playing well and he deliberately slows down a bit, he's very hard to beat. Yeah.
Yeah, his B game is better than a lot of A games. Even his C game is probably better than a lot of A games.
Yeah. So he doesn't have a B or a C game. It's a C+ and a B+.
That's right. He's very solid. So congratulations to Justin on the win there in Sydney, and well done on to Club 9 for getting their first big event out the gate. I think they had the ladies' big guns there last year, but I think this might have been their first big open event.
What was the prize money? Do you know the prize money? Because I hadn't even heard about the tournament.
That's a good question. Let me see if we can dig that up.
Justin paid him another 1,000 out of the prize money not to actually tell anyone.
Don't advertise.
Yeah.
It was on the 8Ball FM calendar, so we'll give them that.
Do we have a calendar?
Sydney 8Ball Showdown. It was 3,000 for first.
That's nice.
3,000. Yeah, so I think it's the first year that they've run this event. So they must have had, I don't know, 4.5. They've probably got 6 or 7 grand total prize money in the event. So that's a nice start.
Yeah.
Second prize was 1,500, but to make the semis was 750. But like that, this is pretty common. Lots of tournaments start this way. Hopefully they build up next year. They get some more players. The prize money gets bigger.
Won the Tuesday night league. Me, Trent, Steve, and Frank beat Rowley, Nelson, Isabella, and Enrico in the Tuesday night grand final. You play singles and play doubles. And I lost to Mark in the Gents Cup that's been going for about a year now. That was with me, Mark, Gus, Rob Bowen. We'd basically play each other in a round robin format, race to 21. And that went over literally 12 months. We finally played each other. And I think I finished first, is that right? And then you finished second. We played off to get into the final. And then third and fourth, Gus and Rob played. Gus beat Rob. So Rob fell off, and then Mark and I played. Mark beat me. I played Gus. I beat Gus, then went back up to play Robbo in the grand final, which we played yesterday, the day before, 2 days ago. And he got off to a nice 8-0 start on me, and I tried to fight my way back, but ended up losing 21-14. So good stuff, Robbo. But this is the Tuesday night thing. Basically, we play singles and doubles. It's actually quite awesome. Mark filled in for us a couple of times while I was away. And he filled in for me.
Few of those fitty for me.
Yeah. Next time I see you. But so it was on a Tuesday night. It was over summer. Literally goes for 3 months, 4 months, something like that. Very, very fun. Definitely going to play in it at the end of the year again. And what else? Yeah, it literally starts at 7 o'clock and finishes at 8:45. So it goes for under 2 hours. So you go there, you play, you're sitting down for no more than about 10 minutes. And you're just playing. And good bunch of guys. Good on Nelson, good on Tony and Steve and all that for running it. They put up a stream too in the finals for everyone to watch. It was just nice, relaxing, good fun pool. I think this year when they do it now, they're going to do it on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So they're going to have like 6 teams on a Tuesday, 6 teams on a Wednesday, and then basically have them play a round robin kind of thing. And then both those days will meet up into a finals format. So there's going to be like 12 teams. Should be good. We'll see what happens at the end of the year.
Yeah, I filled in 3 nights. The 3 most fun nights I've had in league ever, I reckon.
So,
the whole vibe of the tournament, you know.
Some of those summer leagues are just so much fun. Like there's a real social aspect to them, but you still enjoy the pool and you get to play some different types of pool. You're playing doubles as well.
A bit of banter, you know. There's a bit of joking. There's a little bit of needle here and there, but it's all in good humor, and you hear it all across the room as well. The format: 4 singles, 3 Scotch doubles. I think something like that.
Yeah.
You're almost always playing. It doesn't take more than 2 hours. You're home by 9:30. It's I can't actually fault the format.
It was good.
I would hope everyone.
$3 grand to the winner.
Yeah, $3 grand to the winning team. I would hope. Oh, two runner up as well. That's really good. Sometimes those leagues do like $3 grand to the winner and then $400 for second. You know?
So we were getting $750 a person if we won, and then if we lost, we were getting $500, and then obviously third and fourth played off on the same night as well.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I hope the other leagues look at that format and consider taking it on and not be stubborn and stick to old ways. I mean, the 6-man teams or 6 strains is still good. Just the problem is you're sometimes getting out of there at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. It's just a bit late, and sometimes you just feel like you're sitting out for quite a while. When you play in this other one with this other format, you play, and then sometimes you're up again straight away. Like it's just you're always playing. It's really good.
I do like the Tuesday.
Sorry.
I do like the Tuesday night 6-man thing though. Like I used to play when it was 12-man, you know, and we only play 4 frames on a night. And you have table 1, table 2, table 3, and they put all the good players on table 1. And then if you're semi-good, you're on table 2. And then if you're not so good, you're on 3. Then they'll try and spread you out here and there. But, you know, now they've gone to 6 and you play 6 frames on a night. And I actually still like that. You know, I don't mind finishing at 10:30 at night. I know other people got to get up early. But at the end of the day, it's one night a week. I think the 6-man is still pretty good in my eyes.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome, boys. Fun as always.